The Chicago Sky just do not have enough against the Las Vegas Aces in a 95-83 loss. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun, as only we can do right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host here, Haize. I think Stevo will be joining us here shortly, but the Sky just didn't have enough, man. When you look at it, the starters really, outside of Camila Cardoso, every starter was in double digits, and they needed it all today and still end up losing by 12. Really didn't have any good production off the bench. Dana Evans, only 6 minutes played. We did get Kaiser in the game. She only played 1 minute. She did go 1-for-1 in that 1 minute. Isabel Harrison led the minutes off the bench with 13, but only 4 points. In total, the Sky only had 9 points off the bench. It's just not going to cut it. The starters, they gave everything that they could. Kennedy Carter, 9 of 20 in this game. Not the best shooting percentages, but still 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 20 points, 21 points from Marina Mabry. She also fills the stat sheet with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block from Lindsey Allen. Solid production there from her. And then Angel Reese continues her double-double streak, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 18 points in this game. Another game of her shooting right below 50% as well, more efficiently from that she's shot the ball in this game as well. So overall, the Sky just didn't have it. Didn't have what it takes. Stevo, how you feeling about this game, brother?
I mean, it is what it is. Like I told you, it's just one of those games where you look blurry again, brother. But it's just one of those games. Like I said, like you going up against one of the best teams in the world. You going up against one of the best players in the world, and every now and then you just go up against, you get your ass whooped. Especially as us being a young team, them being a very veteran, very winning team. They know each other, their ins and outs and everything. Just one of those games. So I don't really take nothing from it. I mean, of course, there's some things that you can learn with, and some things you could gain from it. There's a lot of new plays that I've seen that worked, especially on the off ball sides. A lot of more cutting that I've seen on the offensive side, which I like. But just one of those games you just got to deal with, that you're gonna go through, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Asia Wilson was Asia Wilson tonight. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 31 points. You get 22 points from Young, 21 points from Kelsey Plum. Like, it's just the Sky didn't back down, and that's what I really appreciate that the Sky gave. Really, every quarter was close in this game, but the second quarter. First quarter, the Sky won that 25-21. They lost the second quarter 25-14. The third quarter, they lost 26-24, and then only end up losing the fourth quarter by 3 points. That second quarter really kind of separated things out. We saw early on the bench wasn't really going to give a shit. And unfortunately, the Sky they did not have enough in the tank. But this is a team in the Las Vegas Aces that everybody expected to be championship contenders coming into the season. Yeah, they had a little bit of a rougher go than people initially expected them to start off with, but they're just really hitting their stride, and they played extremely well today.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like we seen continuous fight. Oh, we didn't let down. There was a lot of times where we thought we was just gonna lay down, and we kept fighting back. But the difference is, every time we came back, Kelsey Plum hit another 3, or Jackie hit another tough shot. So, like you said, we going up against a championship team. It's very hard. They have, for every answer on a coaching staff that you come up with, they have the talent where they have another answer that they come in, and they didn't even go deep into their bench today. That's how on part that they were just on it tonight. Like it is what it is. So for us to not lose the way we did, especially like if you look how bad the Connecticut Suns looked against the Aces in their last game, like I feel pretty good about this next game, especially when we got another tough task coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, this is when you want to look at things to take away from this game. The thing to me that the Sky fell into that I didn't like, because they initially got on a run, they briefly took the lead, and then they got into that trading baskets thing where each team was going down, scoring a basket, and that's never going to fare well for a team like the Sky, who struggle offensively, but you have shooters who can get hot on the Las Vegas Aces side. I really want to see that. And even Teresa Weatherspoon, even on sometimes where they made shots, but they took it early in the shot clock, it was bad shots. you saw over there, she wasn't happy. They need to get that, rein that in. When you play a team like this, you never want to get into trading baskets. That always benefits the team with the different, the deeper offensive bag, and that's what the Aces had tonight against the Sky for sure.
Yeah, they just had the deepest bag. It really was that. Like, um, it's not too much I can say about this. Like a
Yeah,
win
it's
like
one of
that.
those losses where it's like, honestly, and this isn't to cop out or anything. You really got to watch this game to really
Yeah,
understand it. Like we can do our best to describe it. Like it was weirdly paced throughout different parts of this game, but then it got fast paced, which the Las Vegas Aces play with the fastest pace in the league. And there was a point in time where Kennedy was in her bag, so to say, and she was getting in rhythm. But then Kelsey Plum started hitting threes, and then when that happened, it's like as great as Hollywood Carter is, we know she's not a 3-point shooter, and so it's like I just would rather have seen the Sky actually try to slow things down at that point because you played into the Aces' hands when you try to play this fast pace. That's their bag. That's how they like to play, is that fast pace. I would have rather see the Sky kind of double down on their defense, slow it down, run some actual offense, get your bigs more involved. But then when we had that stretch with both Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese off the court, they were both on the bench. The defense just went in the absolute garbage. And I don't mean to say that it just comes down to our rookies to play defense, because it doesn't and it shouldn't. But you could just tell how much already these two ladies mean to the Chicago Sky's identity as a defensive team. Because with both, it's almost at the point now you can't afford to have both of them on. I know Angel had some foul trouble at one point. Camila Cardoso actually did a pretty good job staying out of foul trouble. But I think we can safely say you can't have both of them on the bench for a long period of time.
yeah, and even the strategy when they was on the floor, I wasn't a fan of it. There was way too many times where they did the high low, but in a position usually Angel's the one that's looking to make the pass, and it was Camilla today, and I was like, I don't understand why we flipped that today, and it wasn't working that well. Just
Yeah.
like we only got a couple plays in where it was a clean pass, and we got either a foul or we scored off of it. So, I feel like we didn't go back to some of the things that we was good at. Like I said, we've seen a lot of new things. I guess that was Teaspoon thinking like against a team of this stature, we might want to throw them some new stuff to throw them off guard, which I feel like we did in a lot of aspects. But I don't know. I just felt like it was a lot of things that we could have went back and did some of what the old Sky or some of the old things the Sky is known for, and we just didn't do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Scott just didn't. They didn't execute at the level that they needed to execute, and that's just what it comes down to. Like, and when you have no bench production, the 9 points off the bench, it's just not going to cut it. Dana
Yeah,
Evans
at
with only
all.
6 minutes, like it's just not going to cut it. And so those type of things really hurt us a lot. Isabel Harrison being 1 of 6 from the field. Those are just things that it's gonna come down. It's gonna hurt you. And again, you also have to look at the competition. Like the Sky, honestly, probably could have got away with this against a lot of teams. But when you face the Aces, you just can't. And like you said, we got another test coming up Sunday against Minnesota on ESPN3, by the way. So make sure you guys all stay tuned in for that. And let's just hope that they're way more locked in than what they were today. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, especially when you go up against a team that can shoot the three that they was, like it's hard to come back in the games when you have nobody besides one person that's really a threat when it comes to shooting threes.
Yeah.
I know everybody's sitting here talking about Kaiser. Like I said, I don't know if
Kaiser's
y'all
not good.
understand. I've
Yeah,
been keep telling y'all, I don't think y'all understand how garbage time works. They're not playing no type of defense.
at
So I'm
all.
guarantee you, if she gets in this game and they see her on there, she's not getting a shot off. She's just not. She's not. She can't create her own shot. She's too small, and she's hell of a defensive liability. So Kaiser she's garbage time for a reason.
Yeah.
We just need to go find a better shooter.
Yeah, we just need to find a better shooter. Like she unfortunately at this point we're not getting much out of her roster spot. And I understand why people are saying player, because it's like, hey, we have no shooting. Try to play somebody that can shoot. But like you said, can't create her own shot, can't get off against most people in this league. She's going to be easily defended. She can't defend shit. Like, I'm sorry. Kaiser is a player much like damn, I forgot the comparison I was going to do. But look, she's theoretically supposed to be a shooter who can't dribble well, can't shoot, and can't play defense. That's it. That's it. She can't do any of it. Like imagine somebody who can't keep a job, and then you say they should do the job that they keep getting fired from. She's the back end of a bench roster for a reason. And she barely beat out a rookie. If that rookie didn't get hurt, she wouldn't even be on the roster. Haize is not the answer. She's not the answer at all. Like,
And
but
that's
I
not
agree.
even a
Like,
dig. It just is what it is.
yeah. Like, it's
Like,
just
there's bench people for a reason. Like, there's people in high school, college, they can't get their own shot, so they're garbage time. They're just garbage time. It is what it is.
I want to be honest. What does Dana do differently than Haize? Plays
Defense.
is smart. She has a high IQ, and even when she's usually playing bad, she plays pretty good defense. And guess what? She's crafty enough to, even when she's playing against a bigger player, to not get her shot off. She can get to the rim because she is smart and moves without the ball. Haize is the Javon Carter of this team. She offers nothing. Nothing.
It is what it is. Like that. Like, I don't think y'all like. For one, that's another thing about Dana. Everybody want to go at Dana. If you pay attention, what they asked Dana to be a primary ball handler today. Why? I don't know. But when she was Dana scoring 12 points off the bench, she wasn't out there playing ball handler. She wasn't out there making decisions. Why today was the reason she was doing it? I don't know.
Yeah.
She didn't come in aggressive because she wasn't allowed to, because we told her to come in play make.
Other teams are cutting people and signing people. Why can't we? I have no idea. Now, I agree completely.
I can't answer that question.
You're not getting any arguments with us out of that one. Like at the end of the day, if you have a player that's not productive and isn't giving you shit, guess what you should do? Go out and play a player that can give you something. I don't know why they're not doing it. I can't excuse that, because if you're not going to play her, go out and get somebody you feel comfortable in playing.
I 100% agree with you. Like, I with the people, either play her or send her away. I'm leaning with send her ass away then and find somebody else. I'm not, just because you're here don't mean you deserve just to play just because you're here. It has to make sense. And tonight, Ever is not. Y'all keep talking about she offers threes. She has to be booty ass open, and she's not going to be booty ass open.
And you said, when's the last time you've seen that on display? Literally the last 3 games before this one. Since she's been benched, she's been bringing all of that off the bench. I gotta actually watch the game. This is why we don't do narrative. We do actual facts. This is why we watch the games, because she's actually been doing quite a bit of that since she moved to the bench consistently. So
I'm just what she do against Dallas. She gave us 12 points. She gave us 12 points. Let's look at another game.
4 assists, 2 steals, only 2 turnovers against Dallas. Against Indiana, 12 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal. Against Washington, 14 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. All those coming off the bench. She's been
not doing that.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Like, she has to be wide the fuck open to get a shot off. And this is my thing. Everybody knows what she's coming in the game to do. So you think they finna let her ass open? Hell no. It is what it is.
Marina get cooked on defense. Yeah, Marina's defense this year, I can't defend it. Like, she was not bad this bad defensively, and I don't know what's going on with Marina as far as the defensive aspect. She's never been an athletic player at all, but she has been a player that has understood at least off ball and how to put herself in a position to keep the person you're defending from at least getting wide open shots. Marina is so off this year, and the glimpses offensively, she brought it tonight. I got to give it to her. She brought it, and rebounding wise tonight, but defensively, it's been bad. It's been bad.
It's almost like you got to pick your poison on her. Either you're gonna get one or the other out of her.
Exactly. Got it. We'll see what comes along with that. But I mean, hopefully now with Elizabeth Williams, like, now that they know she's going to be out for sure, I guess there was holding out some hope. We got to find some type of balance. I think people got to realize this too. This isn't the season we're going to win anything meaningful. So everybody coming up, well, we got to do this year. We got to do this year. We got to do this year. The Sky aren't looking to give up any assets. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you guys, when players play bad, you don't get shit back for them. So even if you want to say, we need to move Dana, we need to move Marina, okay, I hope you guys are willing to attach picks to get rid of them, because they're not playing well enough to where you're getting anything back meaningfully. This is probably the Sky team for the rest of the season. And, maybe they look at something during the extended All-Star and Olympic break because that's a month off to really evaluate some things. But you got to keep in mind the goal of this season isn't to go on some deep playoff run. It's mainly development, identifying what you have, adjusting in that in the offseason, and continue to build this thing organically with young players. That's what they're trying to do.
I'm about to say, I keep trying. We wasn't even supposed to be this. We like I've been saying, what we're doing, even against some of these best teams, we shouldn't be able to do, but we're doing it. Like we're not supposed to be doing nothing drastic this year. Like if we make the playoffs, that's amazing. We weren't even supposed to. We weren't even looked at to make the playoffs. So the fact that we're still in playoff contention is great. We ain't sitting here trying to make move. You know why Vegas is making move? Because they trying to win the fucking chip this year. You know why New York making moves? They're trying to win. You know why Dallas trying to move? This is like their fourth year together. This is year uno. All these other teams been together and they've been trying to win. Like we can't be making championship moves and our roster ain't even near a championship.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because Sky don't shoot a lot of threes, it's difficult to get back in the game without stops on the other end. 100% fact. And it's not even just like we're not a good 3-point shooting team. So I'm not mad that they aren't taking more threes. But like you said, you got to be locked in defensively the whole game if that's going to be the case. You got to be locked in. So
it is what it is. That. That's why I say, like, if you was gonna play, you should have slowed it down at times because you played into their hands when you sped it up, and they sped it up right with you. They cool. We come right back and forth to play trade shots. You can't play trade shots. You gotta play. Get a shot, stop. Get a shot, stop. You can't ask trade shots with them, especially if you ain't got shooters.
Yeah, and this is a great question as well from Sports Guru, saying if Dallas is going to be the worst team, at what point do we take? Because again, Dallas has the right to swap picks, but if their pick is worse than ours, they're going to keep their own pick. So at some point in the season, you do have to make the decision and ask yourself, like, because there is a lottery. I mean, listen, Page is worth it. Is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like. We always know how the league ramps up after break, so I already know that's going to do. I think they're going to realize they playing like a motherfucker right now, and depending on what we looking like coming after break, it's going to decipher what we going to do from there. But I don't know because we don't really have a tank coach.
Yeah, I can't see Teresa Witherspoon tanking that, but that also may be why they're not really making a lot of changes to the roster. Just let everything naturally go the way that it's going to go. The Sky, we have one more game against the Fever, so I don't know how that's going to work with the tiebreaker at that case, but it seems like right now the Sky are going to be in a 3-way battle for the 8th seed between them. It's really just them and the Fever. The Sparks are technically the next closest team, but they got 4 wins on the season, so seems like it's going to come down to the Fever and the Sky for that 8th seed. And if that's the case, I mean, we'll let the chips fall where they are. That's it. So, where's Brenna Maxwell? At home recovering. That's where she is right now. So
she hurt.
Yeah,
somebody said last in the pregame they seen the article when they said she still haven't healed yet.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see the article, but I saw that somebody said that. And yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because she had a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a knee injury, yeah.
I mean, though we know that those can be tricky. Like knee injuries are something that the rehab can be very depending on what the severity of the injury was. But you can have a lot of setbacks with knee injuries. And since we're talking about basketball, everything's done on your knees. So,
yeah, all that torque, all that weight. Yeah, and then that's the one other thing I'm starting to realize. Like, if you ain't like a high marketing player or people know you, you don't really find out exactly what the injury is because I still don't know what knee injury Diamond DeShields had last year. So like, I don't think we ever gonna find out unless he tells us if she comes back. But we don't know exactly what the injury is or was. Or if she's still healing from it. So as far as we know, the only thing we've heard that's actual news is she's joined her native country in FIBA. That's all we've heard. Or she's joined a team in Croatia or something like that.
Yeah, something like that she'll play in the offseason. So, I mean, we'll see. There are a lot of questions that still remain. Yeah, and that's just it.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
ain't gonna
said.
lie, Brian. That kind of pissed me off. The fact that Odyssey Sims is right there for the taking, that's somebody we could have grabbed. And don't get me, I agree with y'all. There is definitely as a GM, the GM should be working, and he has it. So I 100% agree with y'all. But hey, I can't make them make moves. They
Yeah.
gotta see it.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, it is up to the GM, and I think for so long this guy had a GM and coach that operated in both roles. And because he was so zoomed in, he was quick at making adjustments. We would have had somebody sign from Europe by now if that was the
Hell
case.
yeah.
But because of it, like Odyssey was right there. I would have loved to have her on this team. It didn't happen. But ultimately, like we'll see. I'm Jeff Pagliosha made so many really good deals as far as just being able to get us 2 draft picks at a time where we came into the offseason having no draft picks. So he gets credit for that. But like we've seen and talked about with other sports, Stevo, it's not just about making that initial move when you're a GM. It's about how you
No.
support those initial moves that you made. And we got to see what he's going to do next in that case.
Yep.
So, but any last thoughts, brother, before we get out of here?
No, make sure y'all tune in Sunday. We got another big one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun game to watch and talk about. And let's hope that the Sky can come out on the other side of that a little bit better than they did in this one. Sky now sit at 6-10 on the season, off the top of my head, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
let's keep it pushing. We're still
5 and
technically
10. I mean 4 and 10. We 4 and 10.
no, we got at least
Wait,
6
wait.
wins, bro.
I'm looking at the old one. Hold on. Yeah, we
Yeah, I was about to
6 and 10. You was
say.
correct.
Okay.
You was right.
But yeah, so continue to see how this team develops, man. See how they adjust, and we'll definitely see what comes next, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you guys are following us at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799, or the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. And yeah, love you guys. Go Sky, y'all.